You sit in a room with your thoughts, and no one sees your pain. You're not shouting, not crying, but still you feel invisible. You're not asking for help, but you're waiting for someone to notice. You carry this weight quietly, like a secret. It's not dramatic, but it's there, a constant ache. You feel like a child who never got to be seen, heard, or even asked how they felt. And that's not just a memory, it's still in you. It lives in your silence. You feel small in big rooms, always waiting for someone to say your name. You're there, but you're not. You're a presence without a voice, a shadow without a shape. You've learned to hide, to fold yourself into the background. It's not because you're not worth being seen, but because no one ever taught you how to be. You're like a plant that's been forgotten, growing in the dark, waiting for someone to notice it's still alive. You remember the times you were ignored, not because you were bad, but because your needs were not seen. Your feelings were dismissed, your thoughts were not taken seriously. You learned to not expect anything, to not ask for much, because asking would only lead to more silence. You've built a life around not being noticed, and now you're not sure how to be seen anymore. This pattern is not just about being ignored. It's about being invisible even when you're trying to speak. You remember being told, "I don't have time for that," or "You're overreacting." You learned to shrink, to not take up space. You became a whisper in a loud world, and now you're used to being quiet. You're not sure if your voice even matters anymore, or if anyone would even hear it if you tried. This is not about being a bad person or a broken one. It's about being a child who was never truly seen. You didn't ask for this, but it happened. You were not given the tools to be heard, to be understood, to be valued. You were not taught how to be seen, and now you're not sure how to be. You're like a mirror that's never been cleaned. It's not broken, but it's not reflecting clearly either. This kind of invisibility often starts in early childhood, when a child's emotional needs are not met. The child learns that expressing their feelings is not safe, that their needs are not important. This is not always the fault of one person. It's a pattern of neglect, sometimes subtle, sometimes overt. It's not always intentional, but it's still damaging. It's like being in a house where no one turns on the lights. You're there, but it's always dark. This kind of neglect is often a result of someone else's own unmet needs, a parent who was never seen, a caregiver who was never heard. It's not that they didn't love you, but they didn't know how to love you in a way that included your voice. It's like being in a family where the only way to be heard is to be loud, and you're not loud, you're quiet, and that's not good enough. This pattern is often linked to the shadow, the parts of ourselves we've hidden and buried. You've learned to suppress your true self, to hide your needs, to stay small so that you're not noticed. This is not a flaw, it's a survival strategy. It's like being a creature that folds into the shadows to stay safe. But now, you're not sure if you even remember how to be seen again. This is not your fault. You did not ask to be ignored, and you did not ask to feel invisible. This is not about being weak or broken. It's about being unseen in a world that didn't know how to see you. You are not broken, but you are not whole either. You have been shaped by the absence of being seen, and now you're trying to find your way back to being visible. The reframe is this: your invisibility is not a flaw, it's a sign that you needed to be seen. It's not that you were broken, it's that your needs were ignored. This is not a failure on your part, it's a failure on the part of the people who were supposed to see you. You are not broken, you are a human being who was not given the chance to be seen, heard, or valued. Now, you have the chance to make that choice for yourself. This is not about blaming anyone, but it is about understanding where you are coming from. You are not here because you are broken, but because you were not seen. This is not a weakness, it's a wound that needs to be acknowledged. You have survived, and now you have the chance to be seen in a way that was never given to you before. You are not broken, but you have been shaped by silence. This is not about pretending you were never ignored. It's about acknowledging that you were. This is not about ignoring the past, but about seeing it as a part of your story. You are not here to change the past, but to change how you see yourself now. You are not invisible anymore, even if the world once tried to make you that way. You can now choose to be seen, even if it's hard. This is not about being dramatic or overreacting. It's about being honest with yourself. This is not about turning your pain into a story to tell, but about turning it into a journey to understand. You are not here to blame the world for your silence, but to find your voice again. You are not invisible, but you need to remember that you have the right to be seen. This is not about being better than the past, but about being kinder to yourself. You are not here to change who you are, but to change how you see yourself. You have the right to be heard, to be seen, and to be valued. This is not about demanding that others change. It's about allowing yourself to be visible. You do not need to wait for someone else to see you. You can choose to be seen now. What you can do is start with small steps, like sitting with your feelings, not fighting them, but simply being with them. You can allow yourself to be seen in the mirror, even if it's hard. You can speak your needs, not in a loud voice, but in a clear one. You can ask for what you need and not expect it to be given immediately. You are not here to change the world. You are here to change how you see yourself in it. What you can do is stop hiding, not in a dramatic way, but in a way that feels safe. You can start to speak your thoughts, even if it's just to yourself. You can begin to trust that your voice matters. You can choose to be seen, not because you have to, but because you need to. You are not here to change who you are. You are here to change how you are seen. What you can do is stop waiting for someone else to see you. You can choose to be seen, not because you have to, but because you deserve to be. You are not invisible, and you are not broken. You are a human being who was once unseen, but now you can choose to be seen. You are not here to change the past, but to change how you move forward with it. That is not weakness. That is maturity. That is not failure. That is growth. That is not being broken. That is being whole. You are not here to be invisible, and you are not here to be perfect. You are here to be seen, to be heard, and to be valued. Not because you need to be, but because you have the right to be. That is not about pretending you were never ignored. That is about choosing to be seen now. That is not about changing the past. That is about changing your relationship with it. That is not about being someone else. That is about being you, even when it's hard. So the next time you feel unseen, remember, you are not invisible. You are not broken. You are not alone. You are here because you are still alive, still trying, still growing. You are not a child who was never truly seen. You are a human being who has chosen to be seen, and now you can choose to be heard. What will you say when no one is listening?